Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarQ, the KarQ Archives YouTube channel. Everybody down here in chat, say hello. Today we got some Xbox gameplay submitted by ShadrzOW. Sorry, submitted by Didn't Ask. KarQ is such a hater. I'm not a hater. Bliss, thank you again for the 100 bits. Hope you have an awesome day as well. Hello YouTube. All right, we got some gameplay submitted by Didn't Ask. Definitely not ShadrzOW. Okay. All right, ball's coming in. Missed a crap ton of shots. That should be a higher dynamite. So honestly, the way you play Ashe these days, despite with her damage nerfs, you just farm fast bobs. I mean, that was her playstyle beforehand. You gotta just get fat dynamites because dynamite does 150 damage. It's hard to believe it used to do 175, but then they realized you'd be able to one-shot a friggin' Widowmaker if you detonated on her, which is kind of OP. But it does like what, 75 on explosion, then it like damage over time used to do 100. Now it's 50 on explosion and damage over time is still 100, which is kind of nuts. But you have to kind of toss it higher. Expect that Rhine shield to block it, so that should have been a higher dynamite off the gate, but that's okay. The little panic of the coach gun, you probably didn't need to do that right away. Yeah, I'm just doing one review, and I'm doing it early today. Yesterday, I did it late at like 8 p.m., but I'm just getting it out of the way right away. Okay, you guys got to kill. You got to move up. So this Reaper is in your face. So another panic coach gun here. Now, you don't need to like immediately do that. You should kind of save it for if they're actually jumping you. They're not really like killing anybody there. There's a Rhine shield. Like, obviously, if he's going to get a kill and you can save someone with the coach gun, sure. But like, he's literally in front of 4 of your teammates. He's probably going to die. And then you have a mercy to res whoever's there. Okay. So this is where my eyes light up. So right now I would do it because he's on your Zen. Yeah, that's fine. So a little late on the dynamite. I probably would have dynamited a little earlier. I can't believe the fight's taking place right here. Like right here, I would have tossed it beside the statue. Try to get some AoE burn there. I mean, coach gunning here is fine. You want to make sure your Zen gets alive, but then you don't have to dynamite when he's wraithing out. Both the tanks are here. There's a dragon. Move to your left. All right. This is one hell of a messy fight. Inspired me to do review. Yeah, dude, honestly, they're like doing fine on YouTube. I thought the reviews would kind of like honest educational reviews by nature are the kind of niche content, but it's like doesn't take much time like out of me. And then actually it's surprising a lot of people just AFK and watch the stream a lot just to build points just for the review. There's a small market for it, but it's definitely worth it. See who's in here because they just want to save up points for like a VOD review. Like I've literally gotten probably extra 100, 200 viewers that are only here to build points just to hopefully one day get a review. Or at least they found it on YouTube and they came by and now they just stick around just cause, you know? Used to have one. I put it at 50k and then I even put it up to 55k at one point and they just sell out like hotcakes. Like I put one in stock and it's gone in the first like minute of this, not even 30 seconds of the stream. Some people just camp the stream on start time just to buy it early. So I had to change it a little bit. Yours is 130k. Holy. Okay. I'm not playing right now. I'm VOD reviewing right now. Anyways. Ball's here. But that dynamite's fine. So this is... That's fine. You got out of the way of the ball. Okay. Good. You almost have a bob. Okay, good. Toss it. That's fine. Good shot. All right, so I think one of the positions I've seen Ashes play on is if you're gonna round this corner, you either play this box. I probably wouldn't coach gun up here because you lose your one escape ability, and if you ever get pushed, you don't have it again. So I never see any Ashes come up here, but they tend to play this box, and I know this because when I'm playing Ana and stuff, and I come around the corner, the Ashes are usually using this as cover. When you play it in this zone right here, this is where the tanks usually go. And this is where like all the AoE and stuff gets sent. So you kind of just get like hit by everything if you play in this hot zone. Obviously you're like in the center of all the mines. If you were here, yeah, there's still a mine here, but you could just like take one step back and you actually have some cover too. So I'm just not a fan of this as like a hit scan DPS. You either play on this box, or I've seen the Ashes just come up here early and play up here. So when the Ashes play up here and nobody deals with her, she denies this entire zone. which forces all the enemies to play here, which kind of splits their focus. Sometimes the supports and whatever get caught back here because you're denying this part, which gives your team the space to push here. So that's like something to remember as a hit scan DPS. Control this area. Once this area is controlled, sometimes, I mean, I would say you can go in here, but maybe not as Ashe. All I know is when I play with Wanted and McCree, he'll like start here, he'll go through this area, he'll play through here, and then sometimes he'll just flank. But he's a McCree because he has a flashbang, which can help him win the 1v1s. As an Ashe, you're more of like a little bit of damage over time, try to get the big fat dynamite. So I think holding this angle here, optimal, good option here. Secondary option is around here, and then third would be like below average is like here. Not the best, but I mean, you can get away with it. You can get away with a lot. If you just want to optimize, those are probably two better options to think about. Yo, TIE Fighter, thank you for the 37 months. Don't feed too hard, no promises. I'm a feed machine. All right, so this is where you died. Yeah, Wanted plays, he's no fear because he knows his aim is good. He kills those 1v1s. Yo, Flats, do you play Apex or no? You should. I got Fitzy back into it. We're gonna start playing it for variety content. I try to get Wanted because he actually used to be Predator like 2 years ago, but he doesn't play anymore. I got ShadrzOW to play with me last season too for a bit. Stream, it was fun. Actually, one of my favorite BRs by far. Because it's just the closest thing to Overwatch, you know? Okay, so right now, with the Mercy Pocket, try to control this tower. Feels a bit awkward, but like, with a Mercy Pocket, if you can hold this area, you can deny this entire high ground. Like here, or like here. Like, most Ashes don't really play on cart. Like, every single Ashe I've seen... Like, obviously, you guys know me. I don't really play much DPS, but I just know when I play support, an Ashe literally makes this area her home. This is home. This is like the house you grew up in. This is your home now. Rough. So you don't get hit by like stuff like this by this hog. So I'd say the biggest thing so far, like, I don't want to just focus on aim, not because you're on console or anything, but because, I mean, aim, any sort of VOD review, I can always tell every person, yeah, work on mechanics like aim and stuff, but it doesn't really like feel like a good tip. But just putting yourself in good positions, especially as an Ashe, will make your aim naturally easier and stuff too. So this should be a dynamite right now. So if I were you right there, that was a little panic coach gun. I think like this. Like right here, when you see him coming out, you want to farm your Bob. You should be thinking, okay, I'm 75%. The team fight's about to round this corner and cap. What can I do to secure this fight? If I get a fast Bob, probably could win. Right here, if you could toss like a dynamite in this direction or probably here, predicting where they'd going, try to build like almost 15% off a dynamite. It'll make your life 10 times easier to win these team fights. Impactful plays or impactful Bobs sense too. So this ball is coming, kind of a panic because he doesn't go for the pile drive. If this ball did some like cheeky mechanics where he kind of rolled off here and went for the slam, then I would say go for the coach gun, but you don't necessarily have to do it right away until he decides to commit onto you. Or if he's like in the air and you know he's gonna go for the pile drive, then you can preemptively coach gun. But that also sent you off your high ground. You're on the side angle now, but you might be able to pull it off. They're not actually checking for you. There you go. Send it, send it, send the Bob, 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 send the Bob. Okay, so missed opportunity here. This is just making this team fight 10 times harder than it has to be. This Reinhardt's dying. They're still contesting. Like, the Bob should have been out a long time. Okay, you capped it because the team fights are hectic here, but you would have made it 10 million times easier. Your Ryan wouldn't have had to die. When you send your Bob out, your next dynamites and stuff already start building towards your next Bob, right? You can cycle through them really fast. your Ryan doesn't end up dying here because he got jumped by the Reaper, then he can stay alive and start holding space forward and build up his shatter a little bit quicker. Everything economically works a bit better. Just because you know another team fight's going to clash around here where you're poking. Like, efficiently, if you sent the Bob here and you're starting to build your next one, and then you take another quick poke fight here, you should already be 50-60% to your next Bob here. I think a terrible way to look at it is like, well, he didn't need it anyways because they won the team fight. But, like, this is one of those instincts, like, you should be bobbing there because it's easier said because we already know the outcome of this game. But in that game situation, 100% team fight still happening, Reaper's on the point thing, you 100% should still send the Bob here. Outside of hindsight or whatever. Honestly, if team fights ever look uncertain, just toss your ultimates out, chat, and then reassess later. Because the fact that you never bobbed here, now you'll never know if it was worth it. Obviously, I'm telling you, you should have bobbed, but like you won't actually like build up those data points in your head to remember or learn that that's a good time to bob because you never bob or you're too passive with your ultimates. That goes for any ultimates in the game. You have to kind of use them. You're a little paranoid. That's okay. Honestly, it's better to use them than to hold it and learn. It's easier to learn from those instances where you used it rather than not using it. Because if you never use it, you never know when it's a good time. If you use it at a bad time, you at least will know next time, okay, that was a bad time. Now I know. If that makes any sense. So when you hear that, like Hanzo ult, you should try to like flick, just coach gun up in the air, get up high, and try to dodge that. But that's okay. Okay, good. You're already up 3. Like, your Ryan is going up crazy. This is fine. You can hold up here. This is a good spot. I'm down with this. Okay, let your Zen push. Okay. Look up, look up. Keep poking. Even if you have your ultimate right now. Wow, this Winston is going in early. He should die here. Don't fall down here. I would say you don't need to fall down here. You had a good spot. Nice shot regardless. Get a big dynamite into the back there. Boom. Just toss your Bob now. You want to make sure you cap it. There you go. But I don't recommend playing on point here as an Ashe. Like, you're fine. You guys had momentum and they were just messy on coming out. But once you obviously climb, like, you'll get punished the next time you do stuff like that, where you throw yourself here. Honestly, you could have played just holding here. Or what Ashes do is they'll play back here with some cover. Use this pillar or play around here. You just don't want to get in any sort of AoE range. Like, that monkey obviously jumped in and just fed. But, like, later on, monkeys will wait for the team and they'll all go in together to recontest at the last second rather than dying early. And you don't want to be ever caught in, like, that group AoE. So I didn't like that ending position. Obviously, you got away with it here, but I'm telling you, I'm helping you clean this up early before you get punished and get hard stuck. Ready. Okay. What is this? What is this hold here? What is this? What am I looking at? Alright, alright. I mean, I guess if your whole team is here, fuck it, why not? Play here. Alright, true.
Anyone need some healing?
A little weird, but I mean, whatever. You could probably just play behind the shield. Like, if you're gonna hold up close, you could probably just play with your... Where's your Orisa playing? Okay. You're solo holding up front. If your team's not here, honestly, the best spot would probably just to be playing here. You can totally see if they ever cross and, like, jump up these stairs. So you just stay here and just spray as a secondary off angle. Alright, so your Orisa, see, that's the thing. Your Orisa is playing here, and then the rest of the team plays scattered here. You just get caught at, like, it wasn't you that got caught, but like that just tends to happen when you're not collectively playing together. So even if you're like here, I don't like the word off angle. This is kind of like an off angle, but you're still close enough to your team. Maybe the better word for this is like forking. I think that's what contenders or like coaches call it. They call it forking instead of off angle. Just to like yeah, like on a fork. You know, like a fork in the path. Like there's one path and you take a fork in the path. That's like I think that's the term they use, but like an off angle is a word maybe like a tracer could use if she was like here. This is like truly a flank off angle, but this is like sort of a crossfire angle, but you're not like far away from your time. Or like chess, yeah. That's actually a better word. I think that's where they got it from, chess, because you fork the pawn, like you do a double attack on the same area. That's actually a good way to put it. I forgot it was a chess term. Yeah, attacking two pieces at once. That's right, that's right. I just started playing chess 2 weeks ago. That's right. I should know that word. Okay, this is good. You almost have your visor. Honestly, you should go for it. Good. Good. Force him back. While he's wraithing, yeah, look at main. I was gonna say keep looking at main here. You should go for that mercy here. Okay, so your target, high value priority target was not very good here. So this is fine. You see Reaper coming. You drop your heal pad. That's good. You make some space. He's wraithing. As he's wraithing, he drops. Now you just turn immediately. If he's off the high ground, he TP'd. There's no way he comes back up. So this is good. You see a mercy like this. She's a high value target right here. Don't get your eyes off her. Stare at her, but then you turn around, check what's around. Nothing's around. Look back at her, and then she's already went for the res. It's like during your reload, you can take that time to quickly check around you because it's downtime during the reload, but keep an eye on her. Don't let her like do this for free. If you were like staring at her, you might have been able to put 1 or 2 headshots on her before the helix, and she actually might have died. Or at least like been pressured enough that you can probably pull that one off. I would probably just shoot. You're dead here. Just shoot and build up the like. Shoot a helix. You probably get like 30% ult. Just shoot it before you die onto the ball. Also reload before tac visor. Yeah, your reload in tac visor is a bit faster. Some people before the tac visor ends, even with like 5 bullets left, you just hit reload, so it's a bit faster. That's a really minor thing though. It's kind of important, but like if you need the bullets to finish someone off, maybe not, but most cases it's fine to just do the reload before it ends for the faster reload. Yeah. Alright, it's good. Good shots. Good. Nice shots. Sprint out. Sprint out. Pressure. Pressure. Okay, I don't know if this is a good habit to get into, but what a lot of soldiers will do is like after team fights, they'll just sprint to an off angle, put 5 shots and then run away. It's like just to let them know you're there. And it makes a big difference. Like sometimes when I play against really good soldiers, what they'll always be doing is they'll always be like randomly at an angle. By the time you look at them, they're gone. It's like I'm coming out of spawn here. The soldier goes helix and runs away. And like sometimes I'll just like come out here and I'm like, fuck, I'm half health. I'm like, so somebody here, it's pressure. And then I get concerned, and then maybe their hog goes like, okay, I'll go check, and then you kind of just split their offense a little bit. Just because you have your legs, you can make use of it. You don't want to always be on the flank. The whole meme like in the backline thing spawned from this, but you can get away with it for a little bit. You just can't overdo it. Okay. You have a visor here. You might be able to do it if you get up in a better position here. I would probably sprint it upstairs instead of playing on cart here. Okay, so I think in this instance I would have played where okay, like this. This is fine. Okay, you have visor, you dodge this. You have visor. They're not committing onto you. This is where I would actually just, your Hanzo's still holding this. I would sprint up here. I'd probably see them here. I'd shoot them a little bit like this. Once the Reaper falls, and I'll come back out. Tactical visor activated. Dead. 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 You would have gotten 3. So, your Ashe and your soldier gameplay, you tend to play a little bit too much on cart. based on the heroes you're playing. It's fine if you're like blinking in and out as Tracer, but your Soldier, your Ashe, try to make the high ground your home and fork off angles your other home. Fork angles. Good. Keep farming this hog. That's fine. Good. Like your team is pushing really far up right now. All you're doing is just farming. That's good. Growing some crops right now. This ball is actually dead. Very nice. Good. Oh my god, you got away with murder there. Alright. Challenge the Hanzo, but he ended up killing you. I was gonna say, you could probably help your hog out here to finish him off, because if he doesn't do the sequence where he gets a good primary into hook primary again, he doesn't succeed with that. So you're on the ground here. After you sprinted away, the next best option would be to come out here, play it wide here. Even better would be holding up here, but it was too late for that, so let's just work on what we got here. You come out of spawn, Reaper's ulting, yeah, you're just dead. Next. I think you lose this, don't you? Okay. Yeah, I'd say longer strafes between Hanzo. So what you can do against Hanzos is in between each shot, you know he has to charge up his bow. So what tends to happen is you shoot. After he launches a bow, you can shoot like 5 or 6 bullets, then do a sprint in one direction. Like try to like weave it to when you think he's gonna shoot. That is some like advanced stuff that you would do against Sigmas and Hanzos. It may not be like as intuitive for newer players, but it definitely helps in the 1v1s. When he's looking at you, you basically try to predict when he's about to loose an arrow, and then you jump sprint in like a random direction. Almost guaranteed he's not gonna hit a headshot if you do it at the right time, because he's probably keeping his crosshairs around your head level and predicting a strafe. But if you like jump sprint in the air, you literally go up in the air like, and that like he would literally have to headshot you if he like aimed super far off your hitbox. Okay, now you're on a McCree. Alright, you got away with that one over there. Try to kill him. Oh! This guy should die here. Roll flash. Nice. I was gonna say, as soon as he's about to get away, when you had your cooldowns up, you should roll, get him out of the way. Very good. Reaper's still here. This guy's dead. I shot him. This is so messy. Holy. Everybody is so caught out right now. It's so funny. Roll. Okay, good. Go on the off angle here. Just go all the way around. Loop around. There you go. I would have flashed him as soon as he started healing. That should be an instinct. KarQ for PC on soldiers, one try to control the recoil or aim center mass and the recoil. You try to aim, I would probably aim center. It's actually pretty hard to like keep it consistently on the head. It'll naturally gravitate up even with perfect recoil control. Try to aim like neck-ish. It depends on how close you are too. If you're really far, you just, the precision is too hard, so you kind of just aim like in the center. But if they're up close, you can honestly just keep it on their head too. It just depends on the distance more than anything.
That'll get it done.
Flash him. Good. Good fan. I was gonna say that's good. Okay. So you want to live on the high ground as a hit scan. Okay, telling your Mercy to come. Okay, you almost have high noon. You can actually just crouch and hide here. Maybe they don't see you. Don't reveal yourself here. Don't reveal yourself. Unless you can sneak a kill here. Okay, so you saw their Roadhog here and you took your eyes off him. I don't even know where he is right now. Maybe he sees you. Maybe he doesn't. Okay, Roadhog's gone. You should make sure you see your threat. You saw a threat here of the hook and stuff, but he didn't see you. So I was going to say you can just chill here for a bit and wait and then surprise him as well. But it's fine that you showed yourself. If you were confident in your shots, you might have been able to kill the McCree. Like, you're pressuring this Reaper off the high ground right now, which is perfect. All right, good. So I like how this, you're at the angle you're on. See, they have nothing for you here. You see how powerful this like angle was? I like your instinct to come up here. You literally 1v4'd it just because they just can't contest anybody up here. That's perfect. Do more of that. It was exactly what I wanted you to do earlier on Ashe and stuff. Right now you're just cleaning up. Good. Do it again. Do it again. Don't play cart here. Honestly, I would probably just come back up here again and play from up here. Come up here. As they're coming out of spawn. Hanzo does have a threat to kill you here. That's why you have a mercy. In case he does get that pick on you, you get the res. Pressure, pressure, pressure from up here. You did it good here, but now you're playing back on cart. You have 6 on cart and no space control up here. Oh, maybe you're moving here. Okay. You're starting to strafe to the left. Honestly, I would probably play the stairs here. If you didn't go up originally, your next best time to go up is now. Up these stairs. Play this cover, strafe. Think about it from their perspective. If I come out here and I see all 6 here as an Ana or whatever, big AoE, they're all caught. If I come out, I just know every time I come out of support and their Ashe, Hanzo, or McCree is playing up here, it's just so annoying. Because like I can't peek for free because they always pressure me and I can't cross. When you're here, you can still threaten them, of course, but they have an easier chance to threaten you because you're all like lumped up together. And you have your flashbang available for when you know the card's going to be contested here. You still have it available to like protect your team and use it when needed here. Okay, like this flash. Nice shots onto the Valk. I was going to say... might want to flash the whole hog behind you, but you capped it anyways because they are committing. They really want you bad. Can you submit a review too? There's only 1 in stock per stream and it was already purchased by ShadrzOW, which is who I'm reviewing it for. I'm gonna do 1 review and then I'm gonna go play ranked after this. So hopefully you guys have found this educational and good learning tool so far. Okay, so final round. Yeah, you're moving up here. Oh my god, this guy's dead. Okay, so this Winston just fed. Like, he just jumped in alone. You had to flash him right there. If he gets away, I'll be so sad. He's double dinked. He's dinked with the damage boost, and he decides to jump in right now. This is an instant flash on the ground. You're in the bubble. This is a flash right now into the ground. Roll, fan the hammer, whatever. You got to kill him here. If this guy... oh my god, he lives. He's just dead. Oh! Okay, this guy lived for like 10 years longer than he had to. Hog behind you. Hog behind you, help him. Help him. Flash. And the hammer. So when you see a bubble like this, as soon as you walk out, and the hammer does 300, so bubbles down, crack. You take the bubble down to half immediately, especially because you see like stuff happening here. Just fan. You can just fan and like roll. Fan again if you really want to, because it helps your entire team right now with this thing gone. Okay, how do you guys win this? Okay, so really messy with the way you're kind of taking these fights. Wouldn't it be better to fan the hammer, roll fan the hammer when he goes to jump to stagger the kill? Which one? Earlier here? Yeah, to be more optimal, sure, but like right here, I would have just like rolled, flash, fan the hammer, and just killed him immediately. I mean, min-maxing in an overtime game is kind of tough to do mid-game to be like, oh, we're going to stagger a bit more. Honestly, if you just secure a kill, you're probably going to win anyways because the overtime respawns. Anytime it's an overtime, the respawns are already like 13 seconds. So, I mean, just get him out of the way. Get this guy out of the way. And right here should be fan the hammer, roll, fan the hammer, and this thing is dead. And then you can kind of fan it in their direction. You kind of tunneled onto the mercy. All right, let's just watch the last team fight here. Like, flash that. You could flash that in midair. So this guy didn't go up high enough. You probably could have flashed him in midair to prevent the slam altogether, which could really help your team here. Like when that Reaper came down, I would have flashed him. This guy's dead. Nice. I think you guys just win this though. GG's. Alright. That's... should be good enough. Isn't it better to play on high ground? Yeah, I wouldn't have played on the ground here. I would have started up here. But I mentioned that earlier in the previous round. Anyways. Good game. Chat, let's guess what rank ShadrzOW is, or Cool didn't ask. And then, unless you already said it in chat. That Ryan's charge was questionable, I agree. Silver. It's Xbox. This is Xbox. Probably gold. A lot of people said silver. I thought this was very messy. Your approach that one time where you saw how powerful it was when you came up here after a team fight, especially during downtime. You repositioned on the high ground. You lived up here for a bit and you killed like 4. The biggest thing definitely generally as a hit scan projectile, unless the team comp specifically requires you as McCree to flash and protect your team, you can just get away with forking the enemies by like being on an off angle but not too far, still close enough to your pieces on the board, but enough to like keep threatening them on an angle where they have to look twice. They have to deal with like, you know, the fucking rooks up front and then the horse, the knight is up here, you know, that's you. Attacking from multiple angles, that's a big thing. And that in itself will probably carry you far enough. Aim is pretty good for Xbox, by the way. I just wanted to say. Some people in chat, I think, were saying that it looked like even like mouse aim because it was really good. So it's definitely, the fundamentals are there. Definitely just need to work on like initial like positioning, mid and post-fight repositioning, controlling the spacing, the angles you're holding. Come up here, like I said, you hold this area. Sometimes what tends to happen for a lot of DPSs is like, if they don't see anybody, they like to give up their position and like roll to the ground. Like, let's say you started up here on offense and you're an Ashe and you come up here and you see some targets. Yeah, boom, boom, but they all tend to hide. Then you're just sitting here waiting. Then they get impatient because they feel like, if I'm not shooting anything, I'm not doing anything, which is partially true. But then they end up like just dropping on the ground to like get closer, which is actually a big mistake. The fact that you're standing here itself is already like making them uncomfortable and forcing them to reposition unoptimally versus the rest of your team, which is something to think about. To think about the long-term kind of effect that your positioning has. Some people are dumb and forget about object permanence, like including myself. Sometimes if I'm being threatened by a widow there, I'll like have to hide. And even though the widow's not shooting anything, the fact that she's standing there forces me as a support to play here the whole time, which means the angles that I can heal are limited. And then sometimes I'll just forget about object permanence and I'll peek by accident and then the widow's holding this angle the whole time, then I'm dead. The fuck is this? Okay, anyways, you guys guessed that. ShadrzOW, you are 2,900. All right, cool. It's a baby.